a bunch of great gymnastics coming up next weekend at the Sprouts Farmers Market Collegiate Squad. 3 quad meets featuring 5 of 8 teams that were in the 2024 national semifinals. And NC State's going to get a first look at the 2 newcomers to the ACC conference. While they're not in the same rotation with Cal and Stanford, they will both be there. So lots of great gymnastics coming up next weekend. We'll all be tuned in. We've got the 4th and final rotation coming up in just a moment.
Thanks.
Welcome back to the final rotation as NC State holds the lead over Towson by 3/4 of a point. We are ready for the 4th and final event coming up as the teams finish up their team touch. In reviewing this meet today, Sydney, both of the individuals' top scores, both of the teams' top scores have actually come from the uneven bar. So let's talk a little bit about that.
Yeah, well, we saw a lot of nice handstands, big releases, but more than anything, those stuck dismounts and landings. That's what those coaches wanted to see. That's what the judges want to see. And when you do that, then you're taking away deductions. And so you can see right here, huge release move, nice form throughout. Again, those hit handstands that lead into that stuck dismount.
That 9-9 out of Harper. She knew that was a good one, which was a fantastic routine.
And then another really nice Tkachev release move down to the low bar. Nice handstand throughout. And then again, super difficult double front dismount and just nailed that landing as well.
Isabella Minervini that has the 9.925 for Towson on the uneven bars. And there you can see a quick summary of today's meet. So after the first rotation, Towson was actually in the lead by 1/4 of a tenth, but since then NC State has taken over a little over half a point after rotation number 2 and then extended the lead after rotation number 3 going into the 4th and final event.
And one thing that we talked about and already mentioned was just how impressed we were with NC State's beam lineup and how consistent they were, how confident they looked. It did not look at all like this was their first time out this year in front of this crowd in this competition environment. So really excited to see how they continue to build throughout this year in that rotation.
Absolutely, and both teams really targeting that 49 on each event, where they've missed just shy of most of the rotations here this afternoon. But again, it's week 1. There's still lots of improvement. There's a lot of teams that actually don't even have a meet this weekend and will wait to get another week of practice. Coming back from holidays, the gymnasts do take time off. And so some teams do elect to wait until that second weekend before actually competing to give them some more time in the gym.
Yeah, there's a lot of factors that really play into it with the holidays and being off for so long and coming right back into competition season. So again, we've seen some great gymnastics, but they're definitely going to want to start looking at those 49 ranges.
Absolutely, and we've got the lineups for you, starting off with Towson on beam, Anna Kennefic, that is going to be the leadoff and anchoring Polina Belanovsky, whereas floor Meg Adler getting us started again, anchored by the seasoned Chloe Negretti. So the team touch has concluded, just waiting for the judges to take over. Towson will actually start off on the beam. They set a program record last year of 49.475 on this event.
49.475 is a great score. I think any team would be happy with that right off the bat, first meet of the season.
I don't know if they expect that, but they did catch that last year. So again, Anna Kennefic as the leadoff on balance beam.
series, triple series, back handspring, back layout. Was off on that landing, but saved it from a fall. Could have easily been a fall, but instead, just a leg lift.
You can definitely tell some nervous wobbles on this event so far.
Which is something that we expected to see. We've mentioned a couple of times throughout the competition. A lot of times it's just getting at least one under your belt in a competition setting.
I think this is probably the hardest event to try to forecast. So again, those inner squads, they just don't do the same as a beam routine in front of judges on a hard floor.
Right, and I know a lot of coaches get really creative in creating those environments, but again, nothing really compares or is the same to when you're actually out on the floor.
Definitely.
Take another look at this dismount. A round off. Nice job on the height and the twist. She breaks out for that 1.5. It's a hit routine. Few wobbles throughout.
But again, a strong start, looking to go 24 for 24. Meg Adler getting the Wolfpack started on floor. She was the leadoff on beam and expecting the same results over here.
And that's a really important job. We talked about it on beam as well, but then again to come over to floor and be the leadoff again. First tumbling pass. That front handspring at 1.5 to the jump.
And that 4-inch mat, not a deduction for it being in there. It's actually allowed. You can tell she's got tape on both of her ankles, so just providing some extra cushion.
It is a very long season, so when we talk about these exhibitions and these lineups, you want to be able to have more than 6 people in your lineup, people that can go in at any given time to give some people rest or breaks here and there throughout the whole year. Something to point out as well as we've seen a lot of 2-pass floor routines. Not many 3 passes routines anymore.
Not anymore. It's a big change.
You can see she finished out with a flat full front layout. Nice job to start off this floor rotation. Let's see again. Her first pass. Nice job setting up for this Rudy. You can see plenty of height and air time on that straddle jump. And then this last pass, same thing with that front full into that front layout. Perfectly straight as well.
Isabella Minervini for Towson on beam. And this is her 3rd event of the day.
See, she does a back handspring, back handspring step out into an aerial.
Very unique acro series.
Not something that you see every day. See that split jump into the split half. We saw that side beam landing again, saying it's difficult.
It is very difficult.
She'll have a deduction on that wobble there.
I think beam probably had the least amount of changes from last year to this year.
Gainer full to end that beam routine. It almost looked like her foot shifted a little bit.
A little bit.
So really nice job recovering from that. Not sure if the judges will notice. Let's take another look at that on the replay here. Getting ready for the dismount.
Yeah, almost her ankle on the beam turned to push her further away.
Really nice job, though, moving throughout the routine. And again, it's another hit for Towson, which is what they're looking for.
Ellie Hadrick on floor. So we've seen her a couple of times this afternoon. She also competed a few meets last year on this event. So not new to the lineup, but when we've got to fill a couple of spots, she does have some experience, which is great.
First tumbling pass is a front layout. Rudy. It looked like she almost didn't get that twist around until the very end. So I'm not sure if the judges will deduct a tiny bit on that. NC State does have an opportunity, being the home team here, to really get the crowd involved in floor. I always thought that was the most fun event of all of them. Floor at home, there's nothing like it.
Easy to get the team and the crowd involved.
Definitely. And finishing with a 1.5 front layout. I really liked how that 1.5 finished, and then that front layout just soared in the air.
Great routine from Hadrick on the floor exercise.
Can see this again, the front layout, and then it looks like she just had to pull that twist around a lot at the end. So that'll be a deduction, but then again, did a nice job on that high rise front layout.
So 2 up and 2 hits for NC State as we move back over to being Celia Trotter. It's either one of the juniors on this team.
She starts this routine with the back handspring back layout. Really solid.
She's actually fairly new to this beam lineup. She's only done exhibitions for the beam team in the past, so her first real competition.
So far, so good.
Exhibition is real, but counting towards the team score.
We're seeing a lot more leap and jump combinations on balance beam to make up for that 10-0 star value. Is that front toss?
Front toss towards. I will say some of the new requirements and some of the new rules that the judging associations are putting in place for collegiate gymnastics does make the gymnasts be a little bit more creative. So we do see a lot of the same repetitive skills, but there are some very unique ones.
Take another look right here. Her acro series. Really solid throughout. And then this dismount, she does a back handspring into that gainer, fall off the side. Couldn't quite get the stick, but still a nice landing.
So we'll head back to the floor with Krista Zoltovich. Graduate student for this Wolfpack team. The last few years, she has just made such a contribution.
And one of my favorite things was her 2.5 twist, punch front. See if she does it right here. Huge 2.5 twist, punch front. We've seen some times where her front tuck has gone sky high in the air, which that was still nicely done. combination. A little bit of flex speed there. When we talk about the form, the straight legs, the pointed toe, that goes for every single event. Into her next pass, round off back handspring, double back.
She did a great job of keeping that front foot down.
I've always loved watching her floor routine. She's so expressive. And now for the third pass, we have a 3-pass routine. You can see that nice combination. 1.5 to a roundabout double full.
Right around, yeah, great job.
Let's take another look at this second tumbling pass.
So this was her double back.
Really nice height. Good takeoff. And that last pass, you can see the 1.5. She breaks out of that. Does another run off back handspring into a double full. A lot of twisting going on in that combination.
Anything that you need to do to get those extra tenths and bonus. Clara Hong for the Tigers on beam.
Side aerial combination into another side aerial. That's also not something that is very common. Really nice split jump into the split pass. Beautiful form throughout this routine. Nicely done straddle jump. Again, the judges are looking for that 180-degree split on all of the athletes' jumps and leaps. Dismount, front full. Great distance on that. That was very good. She got very far on that, but again, it's a front landing, so she did a great job of breaking out of that. You can see right here, she really just launches forward and then breaks out of it. Thought she had to stick for a second there.
So fantastic routine for Hong. Ended up at a 9-9 at the Eagle Championship last year on the balance beam. So a great opportunity for her as we take a look at Sanaya Thomas again. Her third event as a freshman.
This is really a chance for her to just let all those jitters out and be explosive, but also just to enjoy it and have fun.
The music makes me think something big is coming.
Yeah, I'm excited to sit back and watch this routine. First half, double pike. Really nice controlled landing on that. You can see she took the step, but that is allowed. See the switch side into a straddle full there. Still want to be mindful of the form on the jumps and leaps throughout the floor routine as well. Really nice front layout to front 1.5. That had a lot of power. Gearing up for this last tumbling pass. We see a round off of 1.5. Front layout, no issues there. What a performance.
Nicely done.
Very fun routine to watch, especially first time out on the floor.
Sometimes that transition from club gymnastics into collegiate gymnastics and how much of a performance you have to put on. It can be a challenge for some individuals, but she seems to handle it quite well.
Especially in a new setting like this. Notice that huge front layout, and then she gets even higher on that front 1.5. Now going into the second tumbling pass, third pass, excuse me, 1.5 to a front layout.
Lauren Keener competing now for Towson. You can see her beam national qualifying score last year over a 9.8.
Back handspring, back layout. Looks like she was off on that, so unfortunately, there'll be a 5/10 deduction on that fall.
That's, I believe, the first fall of the meet.
Yeah, it is the first fall, which, again, really impressive. First competition out on either side.
So, and again, 6 gymnasts compete. Only the top 5 scores count. So the one that's grayed out over on the right from Anna, that 9.575, that will actually move into probably a counting score. And then hopefully they'll be able to drop this score from Lauren.
With that gainer fall. The rest of their team was really pretty. Again, uncharacteristic mistake that she made there. You can see the back handspring, back layout. Just watch her feet hit crooked. She tried to save and grip, but sometimes there's not much you can do. The beam is only 4 inches wide, so in case anyone forgot.
It looked like she almost didn't have enough rotation as well. So
yeah.
she tried the best she could. So Lauren wrapping up on beam. Ashley Knight taking her place on the floor.
We saw a lot of power from Ashley on vault, so I'm expecting the same during the full exercise.
Competed 13 out of 14 meets on this event last year.
Starts off with a front double fall. That's one of the prettiest I've seen, though.
It really is, and she made that look incredibly easy.
It's almost like she bounced up and then twisted really fast and then just dropped out.
It's definitely not that easy.
Even just on that straddle jump, the height. We need to take a moment for that.
Yeah. Outside of the springs and the floors, I think there may be some concealed in her legs somewhere.
I would guess so. Now getting ready for this last tumbling pass. Really nice, really to a back layout, step out.
We've talked about how the following salto should rise, and I think that was the textbook example of it.
I think we could have walked underneath her.
Yes.
In the middle of that. Can take another look here. Front pass, look how easy she just made that twist look in the air.
And she spins really fast.
Again, super impressive on that air awareness and timing she has. Then this last pass, front 1.5, so high up in the air. This video doesn't even do it justice how high she really got.
The first salto, the 1.5, was extremely high, and then she just skyrockets into that layout step out. So 5 done on both events. Polina Milanovsky in the anchor spot for this Tiger team. And there you see Lauren Keener, that 9.125. So hopefully that will be the drop score.
Yeah, Towson really has an opportunity to be able to bounce back from the previous mistake that was made.
So you can see there a slight mistake as well. I believe she was supposed to connect that as part of her acro series.
Yeah.
Danced backwards to cover it up a little bit.
When those situations happen, the gymnasts really have to get creative in what they're going to do next. And in this case, she made it look really easy, just backing up and doing another front aerial and a back handspring, no problem.
And you can't just skip that. You have to have an acro series. You have to have 2 tumbling elements in a row or connected.
She does that switch leap to straddle, quarter. Again, this is a pressure situation. And not something that's ideal for the first competition, but so far she's handling it really well.
She was really doing a great job. Trying to take quarter on beam.
Really difficult still. Now just getting ready for this dismount. Switch leap into that gainer fall. Nice job at hitting the routine. There were a couple of mistakes throughout, but again, she stayed on. She handled the pressure situation. That's really all you can ask for.
Exactly.
You can see right here for this accuracy, she does that front aerial. Travels a lot across the beam into that back handspring. And in that dismount, she does the gainer fall. We've seen it a bunch of times throughout this competition. Slight hop backwards. But again, she did what she needed to.
Absolutely. Excellent finish for Belinovsky, especially coming back after Keener's fall. So, well, it's not a 24 for 24 meet, a 23 for 24 meet, I think is still a very successful opening weekend meet for the Towson Tigers. They do still have one individual in the exhibition spot. We had a quick judges conference on the floor exercise regarding night score, which you can see there came in at a 9.825. It's a good look at the judges as we wait for Chloe Negretti to take her spot. Negretti, similar to balance beam, she actually holds the record with the most 9.9s on this event as well. It was 13 on beam, it's 23 on floor.
Wow, that is a lot, and you'll see why here. Just the dance, the explosiveness, but also how poised she is throughout.
Definitely, you saw her national qualifying score for last season at a 9.92.
Casual. And I know we've continued to say just how intense she looks, and it definitely is what makes her so successful. You can see the intensity just in her eyes.
It is. It's her style, and I've loved it since her freshman year.
Huge double pike. Looked like she broke out and stepped forward.
A little early.
She didn't need to break out. She had plenty of height and rotation. A front full to front layout. I don't even think she needed that step.
Definitely not. But you get it, so.
Yeah, why not?
If you're even the slightest bit off, it's allowable.
She's just such a great example of a veteran on this team. Just so much confidence coming from all of her movements, even throughout her dance. Last time like that, huge double top. Wow. Beautifully done. What a way to finish that floor
Absolutely.
lineup.
The only mistake I saw was that slight short landing on her opening tumbling pass. So a fantastic opening meet for Chloe Negretti.
And then let's take a look. She shoots the arrow, and all of her teammates doing it with her. Love that on the sideline. And you can see that last pass.
So a great finish for the Wolfpack team on the floor exercise. As we take a look at some of the exhibition routines, Brissa Patillo for Towson. You can see they're a sophomore out of Nottingham, Maryland.
But that handspring it back layout. She made that look easy.
So far, so good.
Finishing with this dismount. back gainer of height, really nicely done. Haven't seen too many of those off the end of the beam.
Not today. I feel like we did see a lot last year. Maybe
Yeah.
like the gainer off the end and the gainer full off the side.
We're seeing a lot of the gainer fulls off the side this year, I think.
So a great routine all around for Towson as they conclude their meet on balance beam here in the week 1 season opener. Maddie Hall going to do an exhibition for us on the floor for NC State. So Hall, not new to floor. She actually competed in this event 11 meets last season.
That's a really difficult turn to do with your leg up. Not something that we've seen a lot of either. First pass, that front 1.5. We've seen a lot of front twisting as well throughout this competition. Not quite as many double backs,
Yeah.
I would say, or full ends.
Yeah, a lot more front 1.5, front double.
But again, like you said, the coaches are getting creative with how the judges are making these rules and things are changing, the code of points.
How they get the bonus.
Right.
So again, the routines don't start from a 10.0. They start from a 9.4. And they have to earn bonus in difficulty and combinations to get that 10.0 start value.
Getting ready for her last tumbling pass. That 1.5 to the front layout. No problem there. To finish it off. Smiles all around for the Wolfpack team.
So Maddie Hall concludes her floor routine and concludes the meet for this afternoon. Great job by this NC State Wolfpack team. You can see over a 49 on floor, which is exactly what they wanted to do coming into this.
Yeah, I think both teams should be really proud of themselves. It's really early on in the season. Like you said, most teams haven't even competed yet. So for them to come out and hit so many routines and honestly hit them pretty well.
Really well for their opening meet. So some words of encouragement for Coach Landris. We're going to have a quick conversation with her as soon as she wraps up to get her thoughts on this afternoon's performance. For the NC State Wolfpack, we've got Coach Landris with us to give us her thoughts on today's win over the Towson Tigers. Coach Kibbett, thank you so much for joining us at tableside and really excited. Congratulations on the win today. Talk to us just about the overall performance and your thoughts going into this.
First of all, thank you so much. I mean, I am super proud of the team. We went 28 for 28 in our first competition, and I think that just shows so much determination and grit. They have worked so hard in preseason on consistency, and there are nerves out there as expected for this first meet, and definitely different things that we can clean up, but they were very, very locked in. That was our motto today, locked in, and they just really dialed in and performed, carried what we do in practice here to the competition floor. Super proud.
They did a really great job.
Sanaya Thomas, huge performance today for her freshman debut. What are your thoughts on that?
Sanaya is so talented, and so she has really she's just kind of like the quiet worker, and she just does her thing. And I told her the other day, I've seen so much personal growth out of you this first semester, and she's like, oh, and it's so true. She just keeps climbing the ladder in practice and was able to, make 3 lineups and put it all on the floor today. So super excited for her future.
Yeah, absolutely. Any improvements that you're looking for next week?
I mean, I think always landings. We do so much landing work, but we got to continue to improve that percentage, our landings. I was super proud how we started off on vault. They were aggressive, they were dynamic, and so sure we had some bounce backs, but that's exactly what we asked of them, to have the dynamic vaults. Bars had a couple sticks and it showed. Beam carried on, had a couple more sticks. So if we can just continue continue to increase our landings, I think that they'll see the results.
Absolutely. Well, again, congratulations on the opening win today. We're going to watch next weekend at the Sprouts Farmers Market Challenge. Both of us will be tuned in, definitely, and we wish you all the best next week.
Thank you so much.
Absolutely. Well, that concludes our competition for Sydney Sneed and the entire ACC crew. I'm Rachel Garland saying so long from Raleigh. Please stick around for the award ceremony and the final scores.
this lens probably for like 4 years, body for 5, but I just bought the FX3 yesterday. Let's see. It's done me well, but I'm transitioning more into the hand. It's falling all apart. But it still suits good. Suits good. Suits perfectly fine. Just look right up. Perfect. Exactly.
All right, fans, it's time now for tonight's final results. Here's our top finishers. On the vault tonight, with a score of 9.85 from NC State, Ashley Knight. On the uneven bars, with a final score of 9.925 from Towson, Isabella Minervini. On the balance beam, with a final score of 9.85 from NC State, Maddie Hall. And on the floor exercise, we have a tie for first with a final score of 9.85 from NC State, Chloe Negretti and Sanaya Thomas. And now, fans, for tonight's final team results. In second place with a score of 194.425, the Towson Tigers. And in first place tonight with a final score of 195.825, your NC State Wolfpack. Fans, on behalf of NC State Athletics, our players and coaches, we'd like to thank you for attending tonight's meet and cheering on the Wolfpack Gymnastics team. Have a great night. Don't forget the meet and greet going on in the Grand Hall. We'll see you right back here in Reynolds Coliseum on Sunday, February 2nd, as we host Cal. Please drive home safely and go